Today's June 20th, 2012. The conference officially kicks off this evening with our VIP reception. We open up registration and we're expecting over 1,000 folks to join us here in Orlando. And so we want to make sure that the next 3 days are flawlessly executed by the talented team that we have here at NALEO.
Because we also need to stuff the envelopes.
At this point, we're dealing with last-minute details. We want to make sure every detail is addressed and taken care of and thought of in advance and anticipated.
For today only.
NALEO is a vehicle, and for the next 3 days, this will be a vehicle for the community to make itself known to the rest of the country that we are a permanent element of the American political landscape. And that is exactly why we're being joined by Governor Romney and the President of the United States over the next couple days.
And Latinos will be heard in November.
This is where the podium will be.
It is good to be back at NALEO. I want to thank Sylvia and Arturo for their outstanding leadership. We are a nation of strivers and climbers and entrepreneurs, the hardest working people on earth. And nobody personifies these American values, these American traits, more than the Latino community. That's the essence of who you are.
I think the president is right on so many issues for Latinos in particular.
I think that he touched on the cultural things that really matter and resonate with the Latino community.
That's committed to the Latino community.
And as long as I have the privilege of being your president, I will be alongside you fighting for the country that we together dream of.
A lot of energy in the room today. I was really, really pleased.
I come to you as a candidate for the President of the United States of America. And I will govern from the principle that while this is a land of extraordinary diversity, there is much more that unites us than there is that divides us. We owe it to ourselves as Americans to ensure that our country remains the land of opportunity, both for those who were born here and for those who share our values, respect our laws, and want to come to our shores.
Thank you. Thanks so much, guys.
Presidential nominee Mitt Romney, I think he was well received by the audience, and he did address some of the issues that matter to NALEO nationally and to Latinos locally in our communities.
The governor made some good points relative to making sure that families stay unified, making sure that we recognize the contributions of those in the military, making sure that we look after the best and brightest and the opportunities.
We're excited. We saw 3 issues that are extremely important: our economy, our education, and immigration. Those 3 topics, I find that he did an amazing job in being able to speak very well on those 3, something that's extremely important.
I think across the board, irrespective of how you feel about the president or Mitt Romney or Marco Rubio, I think it's just been a fantastic opportunity to sit and listen to what they have to say to Hispanics and especially to Hispanic elected officials.
This event was huge for NALEO. We hosted what has become probably the only address by the 2 presidential candidates before a significant Latino audience. Because of that, we received overwhelming news media coverage. We found articles and blogs in newspapers in Australia, Africa, even Mongolia.
I understand we've been in the news quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Every single night.
What does it mean in terms of where American politics is today that both of these candidates have chosen this as their forum to appear back to back?
Latinos are 17% of the population in this country and will continue to grow. And we want to see whether or not that changes the way that campaigns reach out. Are we just an object that they come in court, or are Latinos going to start playing a role?
The Latino vote was critical for President Obama and getting to the White House. There's no question about that. And NALEO actually had a lot to do with that because you all started focusing on the Latino vote even before it was cool to focus on the Latino votes.
The NALEO 2012 annual conference was the most historic gathering of this organization. We brought together over 1,000 Latino elected officials and their supporters. But more importantly, we also brought together the nation's leadership to engage with this constituency. You know, what makes the NALEO conference different is that we were able to bring people together from all over the country, Republicans and Democrats, Puerto Ricans, Mexican Americans, Cuban Americans, Central Americans, people from all different diverse backgrounds with a common agenda. How do we move the community forward? Well, now that the conference is over, it's on to the next task, which is making sure that at least 12.2 million Latinos vote in November.